How to fix could not load humans error in live for speed. Welcome back to Incompatibility. Today, we are tackling a critical crash in live for speed, where the game fails to boot and displays a could not load humans error message. We analyzed this specific crash and found it almost exclusively triggers right after players install the LFS Pro modification. During our testing, we confirmed that simply deleting the game and reinstalling the exact same files will not fix the problem. At Incompatibility, we developed a comprehensive, step-by-step diagnostic process to resolve this version conflict and restore your game. To begin troubleshooting, we must first verify your exact current installation version. Launch the base game and look closely at the bottom of the main menu screen where the build number is displayed. Our team found that identifying this sequence is crucial for understanding the root cause of the startup crash. Next, we need to understand the compatibility parameters of the third-party modification. Incompatibility determined that installing the absolute latest version directly from the main website creates a fatal conflict with the Pro modification. This version mismatch is the primary reason the game Executable fails to load the character models. We must identify the specific legacy version required by the modification architecture. Our analysis shows that you need to run specific older builds, such as version 6U or version 6R, to maintain stability. Running anything newer will immediately trigger the missing asset error upon launch. Before installing the correct version, you must completely remove the incompatible newer build. Navigate to your Windows control panel and uninstall the current iteration of the racing simulator entirely. We strongly advise against skipping this step, as leftover registry entries will cause secondary conflicts. After the standard uninstallation, we need to manually clear the main directory. Go to your local disk drive and delete the remaining game folder to ensure no modern asset files are left behind. Leaving the updated data folder intact will corrupt the older legacy installation we are about to perform. We also recommend clearing the cached configuration files from your Documents folder. Locate the specific folder for the game within your user directory and delete the configuration files. This ensures your new installation starts with completely fresh settings and no broken paths. Now, navigate to the official Legacy Archive section on the game developer website. You must locate and download the complete installation package for either the 6U or 6R build. Make sure you download the full installer and not just an incremental patch file. Run the downloaded legacy installer and choose a clean directory on your primary storage drive. We recommend installing it directly into a simple folder path on your primary drive to avoid administrative permission issues. Allow the installation to complete without interrupting the extraction process. Before installing any modifications, launch this newly installed base game immediately. We need to verify that the vanilla game boots perfectly and loads the default character models without throwing the human asset error. Close the game completely once you reach the main menu successfully. At this stage, you must verify your license and unlock status. Our team notes that unlocking the S3 license might be necessary to prevent feature mismatches when using the Pro modification. Enter your credentials to authenticate the client and fully unlock the simulation features. With the base legacy version prepared, download the latest release of the Pro modification client. Save this archive to your desktop for easy access during the extraction phase. Ensure your download completes fully to prevent archive corruption. Extract the modification files directly into the root directory of your newly installed legacy game. You must overwrite any existing files when prompted by the Windows File Explorer. This step replaces the standard execution files with the modified network client. To prevent access denial errors, locate the new modified executable file in your directory. Right-click the file, navigate to the Properties menu, and set the application to permanently run as an administrator. This guarantees the client has the necessary permissions to read the human asset data. We strongly suggest adding the entire game folder as an exclusion in Windows Defender. Antivirus software frequently flags modified executable files and silently quarantines critical network components. Creating this exclusion prevents your security software from blocking the character model assets. For users on older operating systems, compatibility mode might be required. Open the executable properties again and set the compatibility mode to Windows 8. This resolves background rendering conflicts that sometimes manifest as asset loading failures. Next, disable full-screen optimizations for the executable file in the same Properties menu. Windows attempts to overlay custom rendering techniques that often clash with legacy game engines. Checking this box forces the game to handle its own screen rendering natively. Now, navigate into the data folder located inside your main game directory. Our team always verifies the integrity of this folder by ensuring the specific character subfolder is present and populated with files. If this folder is completely empty, your initial base game installation was corrupted. Before launching the game, close any background overlay applications you might have running. Programs like Discord, GeForce Experience, or specialized recording software can hook into the game process and crash the asset loader. Shutting these down isolates the game environment completely. Launch the game using the newly extracted Modification launcher instead of the standard shortcut. The custom launcher is specifically designed to route the game through the appropriate private network servers. Using the old vanilla shortcut will bypass the modification entirely and result in a crash. When the game launches, navigate to the Internal Graphics Options menu immediately. Lower the texture resolution temporarily while we test the stability of the character models. You can raise these settings back to maximum once we confirm the error is fully resolved. Initiate a single-player test session before attempting to connect to any online servers. Loading onto a track by yourself ensures your local client can render the human driver models without network interference. If you load into the car successfully, the local asset error is fixed. Finally, navigate to the multiplayer menu and join a populated server. This serves as the ultimate stress test to confirm your client can load and render the character models of other players over the network. If you can see the other drivers without crashing, your installation is perfect. As a general system health measure, we highly recommend running a Windows system file check. Open your command prompt as an administrator and type sfc/scano to verify your core operating system files. This quick process repairs background corruption that often causes random game crashes. Lastly, always ensure your dedicated graphics card drivers are updated to their latest stable release. Outdated display drivers are notorious for causing texture rendering failures in older simulation games. Performing a clean installation of your GPU drivers will maximize your overall system performance. Don't forget to follow Tenabalta for more.